Hey chat, how we doing today? I feel kind of silly, right? So I was playing one of those knockoff wordscape games, right? And I was having difficulty with one of the levels because it had what was it? CTOSA as the letters. And I got everything except for one, right? And the, I have this set to English, and this is fairly important information. So I have the language set to English by default, and the word that I was missing was Costa. And I thought, that's strange, because, like, the only time I've ever heard the word Costa be used is in the context of Costa Rica, right? As in, I thought this was a Spanish word. Apparently, it's not. Apparently, Costa is a noun for a rib or rib-like part, such as the midrib of a leaf or a thickened anterior vein or margin of an insect's wing. So costa is basically another name for rib, which is, quite frankly, some of the weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life, but okay, go off, I guess. Like, how was I supposed to? I've never seen the word costa be used in an English context, like, ever. That is so strange to me. Anyway, that's beside the point. We're supposed to be doing 3D modeling, not hear me complain about the stupidity of the English language. Alright, so... Wait, oh. Yeah, can't believe it. Costa is actually apparently an English word. Okay, so I've done some stuff on this hanger, and I do need to make more brackets. I should probably do that first while I'm here. Now, the brackets on this probably have to be fairly thick. So I'm going to... Okay, must be fine. Just looking up some references. Okay, yeah, pretty much all of them have cladding on the edges, which makes my life so much easier. So I'm looking at these here, and each one of them has fairly thick cladding on the outside of the corners. I suppose it's fair to use some supports. Alright, easy enough. Now, actually, what is the shape of the said cladding? It looks to be just square. Yeah, that looks to be just square cladding. I wonder if I can make duplicates of this and use those. Probably be easier. Probably not the Y. So the interesting part's going to be connecting all of this together. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about doing that just yet. Why is there... Oh, it's happening. Now, that's not level, is it? No, that can't be level. What the hell's happened here? It's down to Y and 0. I guess it must have gone a bit weird in the interim. Oh, wait, yeah, that will probably do it. So I need to grab the front of these. There we go. So now those should be more or less perfectly straight. Even though that's like not the art style I'm going for, but it would be easier for the time being just to have them straight. So that is right there. In fact, I might even just move this. Wait, what? Am I? Oh, what the hell? Oh, dang it. Okay. Alright, let's grab this. Right about there. Ah, but the issue's also affecting this one. So that should be fine. Is this set? No, it's not set back to center. I wonder why it's doing that then. It's probably because it's closest, right? Except it seems to be intent on making the closest be on somewhere around these 2 points, this one here and this one here, and not the internal ones like I requested that it do. That's somewhere right. Oh my goodness, can you please just get over yourself and do what I asked you to? You will just do anything but what I ask, huh? Fine then. Yes, I'm eyeballing it. Unless I set the middle? No, I can't work like that. And if I set it to center, it's not going to work properly either. Yeah, it just doesn't want to do what I ask it. Strange. It just goes all the way out without really doing much else. So that makes me wonder if something is going wrong here. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I can work with that for now. And then grab this one. And move this all the way out to the end. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now, yeah, we've got cladding on the side. What we have to do is just make a duplicate of this. Let's see, 180. Crap, okay. I guess I have to set the origin to geometry. Yeah, that's going to move that one out of the way, but that's fine. No, that's too much. Okay, so that's too much. Except it's not, really. All those should be further in than they are. Did I really mess it up this badly? Bruh. There we go. Okay, I haven't messed up. It's like that on this side now too. Is it much? Oh, it's so much further in than it was before, actually. And the point is to try and get this section here to be closer. For some reason, this thing seems intent on snapping that top point there to keep them, which it shouldn't be doing. Do I have face orientation? Okay, good to know all of that's flipped. Also, so is all that. Okay, gonna have to fix that a bit. So, first of all, grab all this stuff here. And then, with individual origins, 180. Oh, interesting. Is it because the middle point of these hasn't been set either? Yep, that would be the case. Alright, let's just grab all these and move them along. And same with this side. Now I can move all these. Oh, now I can grab all these and hopefully rotate them and they won't go in the wrong direction. There we go. I'm probably going to have to set the origin point for these as well. Set origin to geometry. Yep, so all these are just further down than they should be mostly. And probably, yeah, slightly off to the side. That's fine. So those should all be. Now I should be able to just grab. Cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were so far out of alignment. If I knew that, I would have fixed that a bit sooner. So I think these are out of position in multiple ways too. They probably need to be further back slightly, or even just scaled up a bit. One of the two. Right, and now it's same this side. Unbelievable. Can't believe that I managed to mess these up so badly. Like, I knew it was coming for something. It just is frustrating that's the aircraft hangar. Same with this side. Alright, cool. Finally fixed that up. Now the cladding. Which is what I was initially doing with this. Is that not in the correct position? Oh, these have all moved, haven't they? Okay, all of these need to be moved now as well. This one. Just put back. There we go. That's a bit better. Alright, time to stop getting so distracted. Cladding. That should be relatively close. Yeah, because if I don't have it out far enough, it doesn't encompass these bits here, and I do want it to. Probably around about here. So there is something here, it's just a little less blatantly obvious. I don't understand why it's not snapping though. Because the closest point should be around about here, not the external area. I know there was a way to... I don't remember the shortcut, but I do know that there's a shortcut where you can force Blender to use a specific anchor point as the point where it snaps to. But it's been a while since I've seen any use case for it, to be honest. Okay, where is the medium point if you're doing that? Huh? What's your deal? I'll try faces. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't understand why it's doing this. It's not like this thing is wobbly or anything, as far as I know. Oh, it is a bit, I think. Let's try fixing this and see what happens. So now there should be absolutely no way this thing is wobbly. No way at all. And yet somehow it still manages to leave quite a large gap. Frustrating though this program may be, I still enjoy it nonetheless. There's no weird things going on here, right? So if I merge by distance, yeah, there's no vertices that need to be changed up. So it's certainly not that. Okay, so that should be the cladding I need. Now, the outside doesn't necessarily have the... So this section here doesn't have cladding, but this top roof section does. I wonder if it might be worthwhile just working on some other buildings while I think about that. I'm going to do that. So, we have the wood walls, which I still haven't finished yet. Let's try... Is this the concrete wall? It certainly doesn't look like it. Okay, I think that's the actual concrete wall. Where is this? Oh, that's the grout for the brick wall. Don't I have multiple of these? I have like a grey brick wall and a brown brick wall. Let's hide the grout now. Oh. And give this a swing anyway. Because I can make like a tan coloured brick wall, which might be in my best interest. But regardless, I can just do this for now. I do have... So that's the character size comp, I don't need those at the moment. What is this? Oh, isn't this for the... Yeah, I think this is for the stalls in the middle here. I just haven't done anything with that yet. Alright, let's try to make this a bit into a bigger position. Now, there is a small issue with this, and that's the fact that this is only... Sorry, chat. It's only 2 meters. So if I snap this to vertex... I want this to be closest and not center. Yeah, this is only 2 meters, and while I could scale this up... Honestly, I feel like the scale up would probably do it some good. So... Yes, selected, and then cursor. So yeah, that would provide the bricks that I would need. Now the only issue is that this is going to be a repeating texture, but if I Alt D and then along the edges, it just looks a bit samey, you know? Or if I move this here, just... where is this? Just quickly hide this for a moment. You see how it's got like a little bit too much grout on the edges and how the bricks don't line up? So what I'm probably going to have to do is make some sort of pillaring to use use that correctly. Let's pull up Purif. I haven't done this in a few streams now. Open up my referencing. Now the only issue here is that it seems that the in-betweens, like any pillars in between, are used quite sparingly. So that tells me that they do have repeating textures. But the question is, how would I go about doing that? Like, the only real exception here is Venice, where Paris rather. Paris has these bricks here, which I think act as a stop. But in this case, it's not going to be very helpful to me to embed the bricks in. The only other instance of splitting between walls is Paris Blimp, which is, yeah, has a lot of barriers. But in saying that, it's also quite a mechanical stage, and I don't really want to use that. Now, like, this is the sort of thing I could probably get away with doing. So I'd need to plane some bricks in the middle here to offset. Let's look at this. Like, this is the same texture, like here and here. It's just squashed. The joys of the PS2 era, I suppose. I'm uncertain. Okay, there's like metal brackets here too. So I wonder what the best way to go about breaking up this texture would be. Because these buildings don't have a lot of things to break up texture with. So I only really have these images to go off of. Now, India is not very helpful here because, like, the buildings are encased in shadow. But this could provide... Okay, maybe wooden beams. Now, I know that seems like a strange pick to have, but maybe wooden beams would be my best chance at breaking up the textures here. I'll give it a swing anyway. So, Shift S and World Origin, Mesh and So this, I want to scale up to 4 meters. I want this to be half. Actually, no, I don't want it to be half. I need it to be much smaller than that. 0.25. I'd say even that's still a bit big. 0.1 maybe? Yeah, 0.1. So, hey Foxy. I was gonna ask you about how you're doing, but I feel like I'm gonna get the exposition either way. Just turn this on. I may have bought the Hellion Dragon. You didn't. Did you really fall for the capitalist scheme of Robloxian employees? Are you for real? Bruh. I did for 1.5 million coins. Oh, okay, as long as you're not paying Robux, then that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, that was earned fair and square. Nice job. Like, I legitimately thought for a moment there you bought it with Robux, and like I was about to be very disappointed. But I'm glad you managed to get it for coins instead. Okay, apply the scale on this, and going into here. Right. That. And solo mode. Now, I do need to add quite a fair bit of detail to this thing. So, subdiv. I'm going to go with simple here. I'm going to say probably 6 should be enough. Helicopter meme plays in my head, yeah. I think reasonably everyone can probably hear that meme now. I'm gonna look at on page and see what it looks. Oh, really? The on page doesn't work here? For real? Oh, it's because optimal display is enabled. Oopsies. Okay, you know what? This is not going to work out. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go straight to sculpt mode and use the remesh option here. I'm going to set this to... I probably want to say 0.05. So it wasn't a full waste of coins. Good thing it has about 2 mutations. Sorry, I misread that. Good thing about it is that it has 2 mutations. Oh really? Well, I didn't even know the Robux ones could come with mutations. What ones did you get? I know they come in tiers or whatever. Okay, 200k should be more than sufficient. So, I'm gonna look up some references. Let's see what we can get. So I'm probably looking for something with a relatively dark stain veneer. Probably don't want something too dim. Probably... Sorry, I should be sharing with the class. My bad. Like, we have the naked wood beams, but I don't think it's going to work out all too well with this design. So, I probably want something... It's literally the exact colors on the bundle, which is the default, with the stupid targeting system element. I'm sorry, I don't think I read that correctly. Are you telling me that there is an element in this game called targeting system? I swear to God, you better be joshing me, Foxy. It's actually called targeting system. Oh my God. Okay. I thought I was the most unimaginative person on the face of this planet. Turns out I was wrong. Good to know, I suppose. I'm gonna take more inspiration from planks than straight up wooden beams. Oh, interesting. Pulse beams. I didn't even know these were a thing. And that is roughly the type of stuff that I want to do. That's the element potion that came with the bundle. Okay, I want a screenshot of this because, to be honest, even though I say I don't believe you, I do truly believe that this is a thing. I do want to see proof of this. Okay. That's way too thick. Probably gonna need to stabilize and make it quite smooth. Because if I do this the way that I'm doing it now, I have like 4 different sides that I can work with. Oh my God, Linus just let out the most adorable as fuck squeak in his sleep. Oh, my heart just died. I love Linus. I love both. Like, I love all your cats, honestly. I just love hearing about silly little things that animals do from my chat. Like, for instance, right, chat, I have a dog named Ellie. And she doesn't do it anymore, unfortunately. But she used to peel oranges. She still eats oranges. But she used to peel oranges and she would leave the skins on the deck, but she would just straight up eat the orange itself. Like, bruh. For real. Why is she like this? Like, Ellie, you are not a person. You should not have the ability to peel and eat oranges like that. I wonder if um Din Topo would be better here. Probably not. Okay, so that is precious. Zoom in a little bit just so I can see what I'm doing in chat. Anyways, there's your proof. Let me see this. Oh my god, chat, he was not joking. The fuck is this? I'm sorry, but respectfully, targeting system is not an element. I have to ask, did an AI make this bundle pack? Because there is no sane human being, as far as I know, that would consider targeting system as an element type. If anything, that is a game mechanic, not an element type. I will show you what it looks like in the game. Okay, bet. Cannot believe this. Okay, side. Absolutely wild to me that they can get away with doing that. Go. It's this side. I have actually seen something on YouTube Shorts recently because I spend way too much time watching those. It's one particular guy who has been using a spin the wheel to choose what Steam game he plays next. Because he has like an egregious amount of games in his Steam library that he's never played. And I'm just like, at some point I should probably do that. Because I want to say over 250 games in my Steam library. And a good majority of them I have never played. Like, I have Bioshock, I have the Tomb Raider series, I've got, like, so many other miscellaneous games that I've just straight up never played. Because it's weird for me, because there is two different states of games in the Steam library. Actually, that's a lie. There's three. So the first state is never played. So I have never played these games. I have not even breathed in their direction since I bought them. The second state is they're already a YouTube video. So we're talking about, like, say, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Layers of Fear, all that sort of thing, right? And the third type is there's 200 plus hours. There is no in between. Like, there's no in between never played YouTube video and 200 plus hours in a game. Like, you can even tell from my Steam library specifically, I'm not going to pull it up today, but you can tell whenever I've played something as a YouTube video and when I've played something for fun. So, I think the best dichotomy is Amnesia Dark Descent specifically, and Binding of Isaac Rebirth. One of these, like this one, I think I have anywhere between 12 to 18 hours in it, because I've played the game twice. But I played it 2 times to YouTube videos. This one, I have 11,000 hours in it, 1,100 hours in it. So there's a vast difference between those two. I think the only exception to the time played rule is I want to say either games that are VR specifically, because I don't like hurting Boy Rebirth, I Rebirth? No. Binding of Isaac Rebirth specifically. By the way, really addicting game if you really like roguelikes. Or I suppose is it considered a roguelike or a roguelite? That's the real question. I think it's roguelike because you do start over again when you die. But like you have achievements, obviously, unlock new items. I know. Okay, you know what's really funny, chat? Before Charles went off and made the Christian move, right? He wanted ideas for games to play, and for whatever reason, he came to me for ideas, right? And this is, like, talking to the person who mains in horror for YouTube videos and whatnot. And he asked me, like, what game should I play? And I said, like, by all means, have a look at my Steam playlist. However, you shouldn't play The Binding of Isaac, because that would, like, take a good chunk of your time. I'm now considering on asking him to please go and play The Binding of Isaac. Like, please, just one time. Do, say a full stream of you playing it. Send the clip of the element of the dragon, by the way, in case you didn't see my message. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll just have a look at this. It's here, and I've done this. Okay, so we've got wood here. Alright, let's have a look at this. Okay, so it's a video of a helicopter flying around, and oh, it's just straight up I'm sorry, they made gun an element? Like, if they called the element gun, I would have been fine with that. I would have been like, haha, funny joke. But they named it targeting system. Please do thanks. They named it targeting system, so like I can't take it any more seriously than I already am. And yes, they did. They made a gun an element. Bruh. Now that should be fine. Yes, I just need to make these relatively close. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now just bottom, and then I can make this into a low point finish, so I don't have to deal with like 200,000 faces per object in the scene. That's a bit silly. Yeah, but Dragon Adventures for real just made gun an element. They should have just called it gun, to be honest. It would have been so much fun. I'm laughing so hard the chat in game. Do you want to share with the class, Foxy, or is this something that would get me banned off of YouTube and Twitch? I'm gonna... Alright, cool. So we've got this now. I should have made a duplicate of this when I had the chance. That's fine though. So, shift A. Just put this off to the side for now. Oh yeah, Foxy, I've been meaning to ask, do you have any other ideas for point rewards for the channel? Because I do have the required amount of people following me. The only issue is I don't have enough people watching at any one time. I think the requirement's like 3 viewers at any one time. And I've just not been lucky with any of my streams hitting quite yet. Okay, so my scale. I need to shade smooth on this. Shade smooth on that one. One kid said sad with a frown, and another said, but when I'm with you, I'm happy with a smile. And the other said, you make me happy too, and another smile. And then they smile at each other, and I say, oh, that's adorable. And they both make shocked faces. What were they expecting? This is a public chat, bro. Like, for real? Why are y'all like this? Anyway, I need to have a look at the shading workspace. Now, I think what I need to do is... I laughed so hard. Yeah, like, I don't know what they were expecting. They quite clearly did this in a public chat. Okay, so I've got the both of these now. So this is the low poly. So wooden poly, and then high poly. So now we can grab these two and just move them to the... Where's the high poly? Also, as for channel points, not sure. Maybe you could be fun and do a voice change or redeem with voice mod or something. I do actually have voice mod, so that is a viable option. I'll just open up Obsidian. Like this is what I've got so far. So voice mod change. I would say about like 10 minutes. Actually, no, 5, because after 10 minutes it gets a bit annoying. You know, because like, what if somebody makes me a goddamn mouse and I just have to deal with that for a solid 10 minutes? Everyone would get annoyed. So I think 5 minutes is sufficient. Actually, do I have the Herobrine voice change on this one? On this computer? I think I might do. So, I had plans at one point, and I'm not sure if I'm still going to do this yet or not, but it's worth thinking about. I was going to make a Minecraft pseudo roleplay series where Herobrine actually had voice acting and whatnot and was actively antagonistic. But I'm keeping that one for a different series I have planned, but I'm not sure how it's going to go just yet. Still got to do planning and stuff. I'm just going to make a generic one of these that can swing just about anything. So I need to add a pointiness node. Actually, that's under geometry, I believe. Yeah, pointiness into base, and then I need to hide that now. Ramp. Ramp. The second that I actually get access to points is the time that I have to buy a gacha machine, I have not bought one yet. Okay, so I think I need to reactivate the background surface. Okay, Blender's gonna get a little bit salty with that, but it's only a singular object in the scene, so who cares? Now, object. I believe the values for these were 0.4 and 0.6 respectively, and then just mess about with them. 0.6. I think that might be sufficient. I might bring up the black notes. So the idea is to get as much detail as possible without turning any parts of the mesh black. So like this is probably a bit too much, so maybe set it to there, probably. Yeah, that looks a bit lighter. And then this one here. Maybe 2.956. Yeah, it gives all the pointiness without too much issue. So that should be fine, and that's going to be the normals channel. So grab this one, and now I need to shift add an image texture. This is going to be wooden. Actually, isn't this this isn't Norse, is it? Isn't it cavity? I think this is cavity. And 8. And this is going to be non-color information. So if I and now if I hit the bake button, okay, no, this is normals actually, never mind. So if I'm doing it based off of this, if I grab that, and now if I bake this, I'm also going to make a new image. So, beam normals. And if I bake this, so active to selected, I believe it is now. Instead of selected to active. So if I bake this, wooden beam high poly is not enabled for rendering. Why is it? Oh, it's because of this. No active image found in material high poly or low poly object. Okay, so it has to be the other way around. No. So if I bake this, no. What do you mean no active image material found? Is it because of this? Like, does this really need image? Open. So wouldn't be normals. This is non-color data. Okay, that's a bit messier than I would have liked. Let's try that again. Okay, that is not the way that I was expecting that to function. So we're going to do this the other way around. We're going to select the active. And this should be fine. Let's bake this. Huh, okay, something weird has gone on here. If I plug this in, this isn't gonna... Yeah, this isn't gonna work properly. So, what happened here? I think the issue is that... I could have sworn I applied the scale bow. So... apply the scale. If I bake this a second time... Okay, that doesn't work that way. Oh, maybe I have to redo this. Okay, yeah, it's probably what's going on. Oh wait, but it's working just fine. Yeah. Wait a second. What is your deal? Yeah, because that's gone through properly. But if I bring this into this mode, it's gone all fucky. So what's going on here? Oh wait, it might be because I've plugged the image directly to the wall without adding a node between. That would probably do it. So it's actually normal map, I believe. So this needs to be plugged. So that should definitely function. Some weird shit off to the side. I wonder if that's the result of the yeah, it seems to be a result of using the waffle here. Okay, so now the other thing I need to do is I need to put in a cavity texture for this. So I have the cavity already set up on this image, I believe. So I go high poly. Now I need to plug this into the base color. Save this. Being normals. And now doing the cavity. So putting the cavity, there's the circus music. I certainly feel like a fucking cow trying to do this. That actually needs to be selected. And then this one, set cavity. I need to make sure this one's selected. Not the circus music. Always the circus music. I mean, it's appropriate for somebody like me. Let's be honest, chat. And then I want the... okay. I think I remember how to do this. I believe it is the ambient occlusion setting. Making me feel like a clown. Yeah, I have no idea why I still keep this in the playlist, to be honest with you. Alright, so... poly. This. That. This is just gonna bake ambient occlusion though. This isn't gonna bake the correct settings. I wonder if shadow would be better. What the fuck is this emote? What is that emote, Foxy? That I have no idea why so many people have what I essentially call scrunge emotes. Where it just looks like everything gets all messed up. Like, why is that a thing? Why is scrunge emotes a thing? Position, normal. I could use the environment one, I think. In fact, I think environment might be the correct one. Okay, that is not in fact the correct one. Okay. Not the correct one, good to know. Another option I do have is diffuse. So if I use the diffuse one, it might work well. Requires direct and indirect or color combinations. So I think direct one. I was gifted a sub to that channel and that's where that's from. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, is this the correct one? It is not. God damn it. Alright. I'm gonna try shadow instead. I just need to keep going through these until I figure out which one it is. Foxy, what the fuck? I have no idea who that Twitch streamer is, but his emotes scare me. Please get it off my screen. I cannot with these? Yeah, I can tell. Alright, it is staying at 98%. Why, I couldn't tell you. Oh, so he's a clown. I am slightly concerned. Okay, that's not it either. Can't be UV surely. It has to be one of the ones that roughness and that. It have to be diffuse, right? I think it's color that I'm supposed to keep enabled. Only slightly? Yeah. I suppose slightly is a bit of an understatement, isn't it? Okay, there we go. I finally found the bastard. It was diffuse. Okay, so now if I plug this into the base color. Yeah, there we go. Now we've finally got a blank. And what I have to do is get in a texture that will work with this. So for the time being, I'm going to disable that. And I'm going to add some textures in here. I think probably... I'm going to reference these just a minute. So I'm thinking probably noise texture with random coloration would probably be the best way to go about this. Maybe some Voronoi to account for these things here. Let's give that a swing anyway. So if I set up a noise texture here. So yeah, that's gonna go down. Actually, that works pretty well with the stretching. Gonna what's the Control T? Yes, that does still map to that though. So probably around about here. So if I map this, okay, that's all disappeared now. I guess it has to be on generated, huh? Oh no, plugging it into those apparently just breaks everything. UV maybe? Okay, yeah. If you set it to UV, it's fine. Good to know. Also, I should probably set it to this. Okay, that's actually near perfect. So if I scale this, so it does that now. I probably don't even need the ring texture or Voronoi in this case. I just probably need a ramp. And then I wonder if this possibly needs to be more fuzzy. So that. White part. Now if I plug set this up. So like this. Okay, that's a good start. Yeah, see, it's like the sort of cartoonish style I'm trying to aim for. So I want to make these parts darker. So the way I do that is just pulling this up. Yeah, there we go. Now if I pop that on, yeah, that looks quite nice actually. Now what I have to do is I need to mix these, and this is going to be a overlay, I believe. If not, probably darken instead. Oh, that kind of looks cool, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. So, yeah, I believe overlay is the correct one. What do we think, chat? Does this look like enough of a cartoonish wooden beam? I think it works. Alright, so got that going now. What I can do is I can come out of this mode here. I don't need this anymore. So Shift D up. And now I can set this up to be something else entirely. So move this to collection and name this. Oh crap, what have I done? Why is that? Where is this origin? Origin to geometry. Ah, okay, I can do that. Now, if I there. And if I pull this in a bit, in fact, I can probably even get away with these. Ah, but the center is actually further out. go. Alright, cool. I think that works, chat. So now, that. And just hide this for a moment. Let me. There we go, we've got a brick wall set up. Honestly, that works shockingly well. I'd have to randomize these a little bit, maybe even make a second set of bricks, but for now it works. Oh. So, D. Ah, yeah, that's the only problem though, huh? Minus 90? Okay. So, let's see. Okay, Alt. And then okay, that's pretty decent actually. And I can move these about, mess about with them, and it probably wouldn't affect things too much. Neat. I'm probably even move this along. And move all of these. And then that one. And there we go, we've got ourselves the start of a house. It's just getting a good size of all these. What I can do is I can grab some of these, so probably around about 3, I want to say. Oh. Okay. No, it doesn't. And then I want to probably rotate around the X. And then okay, so that's in the middle there. So how am I going to force it to do that? Alright, so if that's already flipped into here, what I can probably do is use the center along this edge here, and that will put it in the correct position. And then... huh, okay, that's still a little tricky. I suppose I'm just going to have to move this along then. Okay, let's move this along. Probably around about there. In fact, let's just make it a clean negative 2. That seems about correct. Now, if I grab this one and use the closest for this one, right, let's just move. Yep. Cool. And I was slightly off my estimation by 1, so that's fine. I can just X. There we go. Now I've noticed that these two buildings are probably a bit too close to each other. That can go back. And then this one here could be extended out a bit. Now I can grab these ones here. And I can go and then so roughly around here. I can move this along here. D, Y, and it's going the other direction. Please don't do that. Why is it going the wrong way? What is it doing? Why are you like this? There is no reason for you to be like this. Okay. Roughly. Now behind that, we have got the starts of an actual building. Oh my god, this worked out so much better than I expected. Cool. So if I have like multiple of these buildings have like some variations where it's plaster and some where it's bricks and all that, like this could work fairly well. So what I can do with these is I can actually combine them all together into one object and then copy and paste them around. So this is going to be a funny little thing I can do here. So I'll grab all of this here for just a moment and make sure I remove everything else from the equation. So moving it is only those. I can make this into an object. So I believe it's Control J to join. Ah, okay, that makes a problem. That's what that does. So why would this stretch the U things? Especially considering the fact they're separate objects. So if I control J these, and I set this to UV instead, that does not work. Object? Okay, kind of works. So the only one that doesn't really work is generated. Well, UV doesn't work either. So if it stays... Oh, actually, you know why it might be like that. So I need to control A and apply the escape. Ah, but they're all multi-users. So now I can probably apply the scale to all these. If I control J those, okay, that's still broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to object, and I'm going to scale this so it works properly. So probably 0.25. Okay, that's not the correct position. Alright, not helpful. So 0.5 meters, and then 0.5 meters here. And there we go, this is fixed now. The only problem is that it also messes about with this one here. So these are the normal size, but then this one is like ultra large, which is, now that I think about it, actually more fitting for the design that I'm doing. What a happy little accident. That still doesn't solve the problem I'm having here though. So maybe control, yeah, joining that doesn't work. Control P would only just make these parented. So the idea I had was, and I'm just going to quickly grab this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, all that was selected. Maybe that's why it's not working properly. Okay, no, it's still not working correctly. So, it's not based off of the UVs on this, I should hope. So I wonder why it's doing this. Is there... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Is there something in here that... I know there's a way where if you're in edit mode, you can mess about with the textures and it will just repeat infinitely. But I am not entirely certain. So if I just control J, it breaks the texture here. And messing about with it does provide interesting results. I could actually, Alright, this is going to be an interesting one, chat. I'm just going to test this out real quick. So if I go into, I believe, it's not geometry, is it? Geometry? No, it's not. It's one of these. I was using it just a little while ago to do random coloring stuff. Which one is it? Object info? Yes. Okay. So if I... Okay, I can randomize the rotation, I can also randomize the location. And now, if I 0.5 this, it doesn't quite work out the way that I'd hoped, because it needs to be an infinitely repeat texture for that. But that is an excellent idea, actually. Okay, something to keep in mind, I suppose. Experimentation is always a fun time. Now, I need to figure out why joining these together breaks it. So object doesn't work anymore, just turns into that. Generated stretches out these. If I apply the scale, it doesn't do it. Let's have a look and see what this happens. Extrude sections of mesh. Texture stretch after duplicating and joining. Okay, here we go. Are you using generated texture coordinates? Those coordinates will vary depending on the dimensions of the model. Okay, so I guess the model is bigger than the wall, so that's why it stretches. It does make most sense. Also, sorry if you can hear that, chat. That is my uncle mowing the lawns. Again. If I had a dollar for every time, am I right? So I'm just going to test it out without doing the UVs for just a moment here. So what I can do theoretically is I can actually click on this object here. And I can click on this. And where is it? Object. So I know I can actually select from here. So, brick wall 03. And I can actually change the data of this. Or at least I should be able to change the data of this. There's a way where you can actually just straight up swap the data from one object to another. I'm trying to figure out why it's decided. Ah, here we go. So I need to find out what the information data for this one is. This is plane 18. So I go to plane 18. Yeah, I can actually just straight up turn it into this object. And then I can just move it around into the correct position. But I'm not going to do that quite yet. But it's rather interesting to know that it's something that could be done if I need to. Alright, now, knowing that that works somewhat, I still need to figure out the solution to that problem there. There's a... Okay, that's a different thing entirely. I wonder if I can turn this into a mesh style thing here. So I already have the mesh for the fences, so the stuff here. Like, I already have these, but I'm not entirely certain it's going to work. Also, I just realized that this is not... Oh, wait, it's because these buildings have been moved around. So if I move these back to the correct positions, this should fix the problem. So grab that X. And there we go. That should fix most of the problems. Now, something I do want to fix, which I have not been able to do yet, is this stuff. So I'm pretty sure all of these are on the incorrect side, so to speak. So I need to RZ 180 all of these. Need to have them in the correct position. Okay, so all these are internal now. That's great. Okay, that's correct now, and all of these should now be fixed. It was annoying me for quite a solid chunk of time that this was red on the outside, but it's not anymore, so we're good. Alright, so what's next? I did have one of these around here, but I moved building. Yeah, these have all been moved. I wonder if I need to build more houses around here to fill out the area. Could do. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this one. And try this other building while I'm here. So, RC35, RC90. Oh, come on now. And move this so it is in line with this vertex on the bottom here. And then Shift S, cursor selected. And that just allows me to scale around the 3D cursor without having to deal with any other crap. And virtual origins, snap to edge. Cool. I'm going to snap the center of this to this edge here. Oh, I'm going to Alt D this first. And then, yeah, just continue on. Alright, so we've got that going. And that also doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a bit samey, but what I can do is I can make more of these if need be. I'll probably make like 2 per set and just rotate them as needed. Now these ones, I actually kind of want to move them away, maybe? We'll see. At the very least, I'll hide this one for now. Just so I can have a better idea of what I'm doing. That to focus. Closest and okay, didn't quite get that the way that I wanted it to, but that's fine. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you hoped. So yeah, I'll probably make this 4 as well. And then using the closest. So actually, I might even just use center and pull it out along the ends. Okay, that just aligns straight back to that. Cool, and now grab that one X. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's a door. Okay, don't need that. Now, closest snapping. Oh, So and get rid of that thing there, because that's just really pesky. Oh, I forgot to do that one. And then probably be better if I rotated it around the medium point. And using that one, center. That's supposed to be the active element. Thanks. And then X. Just closest. Right, now I can just duplicate the other side and hide that. So, grab these. And we're doing this. I forgot that I still had that set weirdly. And about that should be fine. Okay, now I can hide this one. And yeah, we've got that set up too. Back down. Still here, by the way, just like, I mean, fair enough. I don't expect you to yap all the time. That's my job. It is my job as the streamer to be yapping everyone's ears off. Okay, cool. So, yeah, the brick styling is fine. If I scaled it up a bit bigger, I could probably get the more cartoonish style I'm looking for, which is for the best. But I'll probably do some experimentation off stream, just to get that idea in. Now, I actually just want to make a little edit to this thing here. And the edit is, I'm just going to make it more structured for what I want. So, delete those. Oh, I just want to delete the faces. And then this one here, I want to extrude it upwards. So length and then shift in to recalculate normals. And then I want to inset this. Same with the other side as well. I'm actually just going to straight up fill in this side for now. So, grab this. Fill that in. And inset both of these. I do not know how this one is going to work out, but I'm going to give it a swing anyway. So I'm going to bridge faces, if it will let me. In fact, I'm actually going to checker deselect this. Okay, so now I'm going to... Okay, filling those in did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. I wanted to bridge the edge loops. Wherever the hell that might be. Bridge edge loops. Ah, crap. Okay, no. It does not want to do that, apparently. If I bridge edges, it's just gonna do something weird. If I just press F, it's just gonna break stuff. Okay, I'm gonna delete the faces of these. And bridge edge loops. And it's kind of important that I do this. Yep. Bridge edge loops. And like each of these, I'm just gonna have to do this. And the idea is now that I'll have a better idea of how this is gonna work. Foxy, what's with the Kermit mouth? Like, what's with the Kermit emote here? That's from the same guy as those horrific clown emotes. What's the deal with them? What's going to be really interesting? Yes. Okay, who am I to argue with that? So, what I can do is, after I've done, like, the basic outline of this, I can just go in with a high poly version, like, make all the detail that I need to. And then I can just bake it down into this. Alright. I think that's probably enough for the string. Because I have gotten a couple of these done. I'm going to need to, like, do so much more building for this, but that's fine. Alright, so save incremental on that, and end off the stream. Do I have anyone to raid? Or is everyone still asleep? Okay, no, that one definitely has his raids off. So, I think I'll probably just end off there. I am probably going to continue this tomorrow, as I always have done. Hopefully, by tomorrow, I should have a better idea of what it is I'm doing with this project and my life, hopefully. I mean, one of those is more likely than the other. Anyway, I shall see y'all tomorrow.